watching HCTV 22 City News, your source for news and information on issues, people, arts and entertainment, and sports in the city of Hawthorne.
In this edition of City News, find out what two serious issues these residents learned about. Also, a local mailman retires after over 40 years of service. And see what the engineers of tomorrow were designing at Hawthorne High. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Michelle Tucker. Terrorism and stolen identity are among some of the most unspeakable crimes. But recently, local officials and some residents got together to talk about both. Mizal-Archer has the story.
With threats of terrorism and crimes such as identity theft, there's plenty to be scared about. But after a meeting here at the Hawthorne Memorial Center, some residents now feel a little more prepared for trouble. Appreciative applause from this crowd, who recently heard speakers talk about two of the world's biggest concerns.
My reaction to what was said today was, in a way, it was almost scary.
The Saturday morning program addressed both identity theft and homeland security, issues local officials want residents to know more about.
We have to be prepared. It's the greatest word, prepared.
Every citizen, every American should be at meetings like this.
We can't rely on the government to protect us. We have to protect ourselves.
That's why Councilwoman Ginny Lambert organized the event. She says knowledge is power.
I want everybody to be as smart as the crooks, and hopefully we'll be able to stop this terrible disaster that happens and the terrorism that happens.
Speakers told residents how no one is exempt.
1 in 4's identity will be stolen this year, 1 in 4.
And how everyone should be more on guard.
You live in yellow, meaning you're slightly aware and alert at what is going on around you.
What the government should have done.
Most of the 9/11 hijackers did have prior contact with local law enforcement. But if we had the information fused together, maybe they could have connected the dots.
And what the government is doing now.
We have 4 regional threat assessment centers. These are kind of the closest thing to 24.
Some were motivated to be more proactive.
I'm kind of always hesitant to call, but I think after this I will be more willing to call if I see something suspicious.
One more person who's mustering up courage to help keep Hawthorne safe. Mizal-Archer, HCTV.
If you have been a victim of identity theft or want to report suspicious activity, contact the Hawthorne Police Department at 310-349-2700 or call the dispatch number at 310-675-4443. Newly elected Assembly Member Curren D. Price recently held a town hall meeting at the Hawthorne Memorial Center where local and state issues were discussed. Kate Larsen has more.
Meet Curren Price, a man whose job it is to make sure local voices are heard 400 miles away in Sacramento.
I want to be an instrument to help encourage, to help inspire, and to have citizens feel that they are really a part of the process.
Price is a California State Assembly member representing the 51st District, which includes Hawthorne and much of the South Bay.
We pass laws regarding transportation, education, health care.
20% of Californians don't have health insurance, even though most of them have jobs. Curren Price is working hard to solve this problem by pushing a universal health care initiative in California.
And we'll have some specific focus on health care. And taking a look at some of the plans that have been proposed to provide health care for all citizens in California.
And health care is just one example of how Price is making the people of the South Bay his priority.
He's a people person.
Mr. Price is the person that puts people first.
When he's not busy passing legislation and meeting with Governor Schwarzenegger, Price enjoys reading and is the ambassador of a youth literary effort.
The important thing about reading is to read what you like, read what you enjoy.
As for Price's life philosophy, he takes a page from the life of a man who inspired him, his father.
He demonstrated through his life that sometimes you fall down, but it's important to get back up and to brush yourself off and keep moving forward.
And moving forward is exactly what Price plans to do as our state assembly member. For HCTV, I'm Kate Larsen.
If you have any suggestions or concerns, you can contact the district office at 310-412-6400. An innocent victim of gang violence is not forgotten. Nearly 5 years after 11-year-old Leslie Cepeda was fatally struck in the chest by a stray bullet in her Hawthorne neighborhood, local officials have moved on to phase 2 of a home improvement program in her memory. The Leslie Cepeda Neighborhood Program is an agreement made by Mayor Larry Guidi, City Council members, and the nonprofit Access Community Housing. The goal is to renovate 20 single-family, low-income homes in the city and inspire other property owners to do the same. Phase 2 will be within the area bordered by Imperial Highway, El Segundo Boulevard, Prairie Avenue, and Hawthorne Boulevard. The Leslie Cepeda Memorial Program does not cover rental properties. For more information, contact Access Community Housing at 310-563-2111. He's a man who has delivered mail to every resident in the city of Hawthorne at one time or another, but now his post office days are officially over.
Hip hip, hooray! Hip, hip.
These cheers are honoring postal worker Leslie Smullen, who recently retired after 42 years of dedication to the United States Postal Service at the Hawthorne branch.
It's kind of sad, huh? But it's happy too. I'm going to start a new career. I'm going to be king of my castle.
Smullen spent his last day listening to stories from fellow co-workers.
We are presenting these cards to you from all the employees of Hawthorne Post Office. And as you read them, remember us.
Smullen spent the first 18 years of his career as a mail carrier and then moved to supervisor. But he will also be remembered as being an intricate part in forming the local postal workers union.
Les was instrumental in forming that union because every branch had its own local, and then he formed the local that was here in 1971.
During his retirement, Smullen plans to spend much of his free time with his family.
We've lived in Hawthorne the whole time. We have 5 kids, we have 9 grandkids, and life is good.
Smullen will also be setting some time aside for his favorite pastime, horseshoes.
Pitching horseshoes is good exercise, it's not very expensive, and a lot of fun.
No matter how he plans to spend his time in retirement, the Hawthorne Post Office will always have a special place in his heart.
I can't explain it. My home, I guess it's my home away from home.
Coming up next on City News, find out what the buzz is throughout the Hawthorne School District and take a look at what some young artists are creating. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back.
Now, Krista, make sure you stay with her the whole time. She's new to the country. This is her first day. This is a brand new country. It's a whole different culture. It's gonna be okay. Now, make sure you stay with her the whole time. I'll be here right after school to pick you up.
Okay, Mom.
Okay, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ignore my mom. She's so annoying. She's totally freaking out about this whole thing. She freaks out about everything. She always does that. Ugh. Ignore my mom. So, you ready for your first day in the wicked castle of doom? I mean, like, seriously, it's so boring. I don't know how they could put us through this, like, every single day. How many schools do you have in your village? None.
When you open a book, you can explore new lands, meet new friends, and discover new adventures. There are amazing possibilities when you open your mind to reading. You can log onto the Library of Congress website and let the journey begin.
Pop quiz for you.
In what movie did I play a gang leader struggling in school? Who was my teacher? What did I learn in math class? Oh, and here's one about you. What did your kid learn in math class today?
Know what really matters. Know about your kid's school and know about your kid. Find out 100 ways to know more, do more.
This is Shaq O'Neal telling everybody to watch Hawthorne Community Cable TV. I love y'all.
Welcome back. 10 years ago, Hawthorne High School started their robotics program for students who share a passion for technology. The Hawthorne Mastercrafters compete annually in the regional robotics competition. HCTV reporter Jason Ellefson has the story.
Schools have 6 weeks to build and program their robots to do a specific function. This year's competition requires robots to pick up lifesavers and place them on an octagon.
They put them on this goal behind me. It's an octagon that's 3 high, and you can place them on, make vertical rows or columns rather, or make rows across, and scoring points in that manner.
The team is made up of roughly 20 people, and each person has an individual job that they need to do.
Mr. Pacheco, he taught me how to wire, so I did most of the control board.
I helped make all the holes that you see in there to help lose a lot of the weight and help keep its strength.
There are separate events within the robotics competition, one of which is where you get a theme and create an animation video with that subject in mind. This year's theme is Thinking Green.
We have to have everything laid out so we know exactly what we need to model. And then we start modeling like individual pieces that we need to do for the animation. We start putting the scenes together, then we render them and add music to it and stuff like that.
Mastercrafters have a variety of sponsors, but are always in need for some extra funding.
We're looking at about $6,000 just to enter one competition. That gives you electronics and the ability to play in one competition. Other than that, we have need for a lot of donated material, upwards of probably another $6,000 just in materials.
The robotics team has helped students in more ways than one being scholarship opportunities.
A number of my students that never thought about going to college are now going to college because of this competition. This has been a really rewarding experience for them. It gives them great life skills.
Being a part of the robotics team here at Hawthorne High School not only teaches you more about engineering, but also some life lessons, such as dedication, teamwork, and friendship. Reporting for HCTV, Jason Ellefson.
The Hawthorne School District is expanding the academic lifelong learning after-school program to Eucalyptus, Jefferson, Ramona, Kornblum, and York elementary schools. For 3 hours every afternoon, students can work on homework, get help with reading, math, or science, or they can choose to participate in a club activity such as technology, art, dance, or sports. Students in grades 1 through 5 are eligible to apply. If you have any questions, you can call Maria Garcia at 310-676-2276. The Hawthorne School District recently held their first annual spelling bee for 4th through 6th graders. Photographer Eric Chavez gives us an inside look.
Poison. P-O-I-S-O-N. Poison.
Correct.
Beating my classmates, beating the rest of school, coming over here.
Valid.
V-A-L-I-D. Valid.
Correct.
First, I had to win my classroom spelling bee, then the school spelling bee, then I'm here.
Traction. T-R-A-C-T-I-O-N. Traction.
Correct.
B-A-F-A-L. Baffle. A-B-L-E.